Hi Islanders, I'm Feathersong, and today I am going to show you how to build a triple cooking farm using wheat. So when I was thinking about doing this, I looked on here and tried to figure out what I wanted to have for an auto cooking farm. And one of the things that's really important for gaining XP are jam sandwiches. You get an extra 15% skill experience when you eat those, and it works for pretty much no matter what you're doing, whether you're mining or wood cutting or farming or whatever. This is a good thing. It's going to help you gain that skill experience if you're trying to get those AP medals. This will help you do that. Another thing that I was interested in are truffle pizzas, because when you eat one, you get an extra 25% logging drop yield. What that means is basically you get more wood. And since wood cutting is one of the things that I need to get my medal for, and also I always need wood, so if I'm going to be doing wood cutting, I might as well get more wood for it. But this farm isn't going to make the actual truffle pizza. It's going to make pizzas. And then afterwards, I can come to the cooking table here and turn them into truffle pizzas. And another thing are the truffle avocado toast. And what that does is it gives an extra 20% farming drop yield. So like the pizzas, this increases how much crops you get. So that is another good thing to be munching on if you've got like auto farms, or if you're just going to do manual farming. Either way, it will increase how much you get for crops. So, and of course, this is not going to make the actual avocado toast. What I'm going to do is just have it make bread, and then afterwards I can add the avocados to the bread to make avocado toast, and then add the black truffles to make the truffle avocado toast. So to make the wheat farm, I have decided that this is going to be the spot on this conveyor here where the wheat is going to land. So my wheat farm is going to be up above this area. So I have two tier 2 conveyor belts here, and when the wheat gets off of the conveyor belts, the next thing that I want it to go through is a food processor. That is for dough, and it defaults to this, so you don't need to change it or anything. And that is going to make the dough for everything that we are going to make. After it makes the dough, I want to separate the dough into 3 parts. So I'm going to use a randomizer. This will divide the dough in half. What I want the most of is the jam sandwiches. So I will have the jam sandwiches being made this way, and I'll put down another randomizer, which will split the other half of the dough into quarters, and that will make the pizza and the bread. So when the dough goes this way, the dough is going to need to be cooked into bread. So we need an industrial oven here. And before we can put the oven down, we need to put a conveyor so that we can put a coal totem here. And then the dough can go through the industrial oven, and it'll come out as bread. From the bread, we need to add let's get another food processor out. We need to add jam. And so here I am going to have it making the jam sandwich as soon as I can find it. There it is. But before the jam sandwich can be made, we need to make the jam. Okay, so the jam is going to drop onto this conveyor belt right here, and it needs to be up one level in order for it to drop on here. So I've put some blocks here. Okay, so this food processor is going to be making the jam, and the jam is going to drop onto this, and we'll put some blocks here just to make sure when the jam comes off it doesn't go flying anywhere. So in order to make jam, obviously we need grapes, so we need to make a grape farm, and I'll put a couple of conveyors here, and this is where the grapes are going to land. And then before we make all the farms, I'm just doing the floor plan here. Over here, I'm just going to come out here, and it will need to be cooked into bread. So we put down a conveyor and an industrial oven, and from there, this one is simple. Just going to put a couple of input-output chests there to collect the bread. But this way, we are going to be making pizza. First of all, we need tomato sauce. And so the tomato sauce and the dough are going to be going into a food processor and turned into uncooked pizza. And from there, we'll get another oven and cook the pizza. Whoops, I need a conveyor. Okay, now we put the oven, and that will cook the pizza. And when the pizza comes out, it'll go into these chests. This conveyor right here is where the tomato sauce is going to land. So again, we want to put some blocks up here just to make sure it lands where it's supposed to. And for that matter, I'm just going to put some blocks around anyways, just to keep everything on track. Right, so we need to make our farms. And so this first one right here is going to be our wheat farm. And the way that I make my farms is with stairs, and then there's a front and a back. So the stairs are going to be put up here, and I'm going to do 10 stairs to either side. All right, so I believe we have 10 stairs on either side. And now we're going to put a back on this. And to do that, you just need to put a block on the side of each step. And then you're just going to fill it in. All right, so now that we have a back side on, we are going to put a front on. And I like to make mine out of glass, but of course your front and back can be made out of whatever kind of blocks you want to use. I just like to use glass on the front because I like to see everything drop down. But you're going to do it the same way. Just put blocks on the side of each step and then fill it in. Okay, so once you've got your front and your back filled in, there needs to be some blocks on the end. So just put one on the back of the step and then two more up. And do the same for the other end, one behind the step and two up. And then on top of both the back and front walls, I'm going to put grass, and the grass is going to be 5 rows wide. And once all of the grass has been placed, then you can plow it. We're going to plow, oops, wrong tool. We're going to plow three rows. And once we have the 3 rows, we can plant our wheat seeds. And with those 3 rows, but I don't want to put down the totems right yet, because then we'll have wheat growing and landing everywhere before we've got all the machines running and everything. So I just want to get all of the farms built first, and then I will add the totems. I am also going to put a second layer on this farm. So to do that, you just put 2 layers, of glass on the conveyors. And don't forget to raise your end blocks here up by another 3 blocks. And on top of the glass will go the grass, and it will be built just like the layer below it was. Okay, I'm back. I have done the second layer of the wheat farm, and I've just added these grass blocks so that I'll be able to come back up here later and put the totems. So now what I want to work on is the grape farm. And since this is so close to the wheat farm, it can't be done the same way. So what I'm going to do actually, let's get rid of a couple of things here. And I'm going to do a completely different kind of farm. There's lots and lots and lots of ways you can do farms. And glad I get to show you a couple of different ways actually that farms can be done. One isn't necessarily better than another. So I want to put 10 stairs here. And since grapes are different from other crops, they grow on trellises and not grass, we're going to put 3 blocks on either side of each step. Whatever kind of block you want, doesn't matter. And then on each step, we are going to put not on each step, on each of the blocks facing towards the stairs, we are going to put a conveyor. Now on the outside edge, we are going to put trellises and plant our grapes on them while we're at it. So when we do this, we are leaving a space in between, and that is where the totems are going to go. All right, and that is how the grape farm is going to be. When the grapes come off the totem, they will come off the conveyor and roll down the stairs. And because they're going to be doing that, we need to put up some guardrails here just to make sure our grapes will be going where we want them to go. And when they come down, they will be coming into this food processor to make grape jam. and then they will fall onto this conveyor and go through this food processor and make the jam sandwich. And I already added a couple of in-out chests there. So now we need to do our tomato garden or farm, whatever you want to call it, and make sure you're building this right before the dough and tomato sauce. So you have to think backwards. So when the tomatoes come out of the washer, they will need to go through a food processor and made into tomato sauce. And so we need the washer. I need more blocks here. The washer to go here, and in front of the washer needs to be powered. So you need to have a conveyor there so that a coal totem can be put there. So now we can build our tomato farm. And let's see, well, this might end up being in the way, but that's okay. I want there to be 2 conveyors there, and then put down 2 blocks on either side of this second conveyor. And we are going to build our stairs. If I can find them, they're there. And since we don't need as many, well, that didn't go right. Since we don't need as many tomatoes as we did wheat, I'm going to plant 5 stairs. Yeah, I'm not planting stairs. I'm going to put 5 stairs. And we're going to build it just like we did with the wheat farm by putting a back and a front on. Now that all of our gardens or farms are planted, we can start putting down totems. So we'll start with these tomato totems here, since it'll be a while before the tomatoes start coming down. But then you're going to want to go right to putting down coal totems, so that as soon as stuff gets going, it can it can cook. Actually, I just saw something. Saw a gap. I want to put blocks right along here, just to be sure. Oh no. Oh, I stuck them in the wrong spot. Such a ding dong. Alright, so hopefully I've done this all right. I know what I forgot. I forgot to have a coal totem here for the washer, but that's okay. We will just stick it in through the back. Let's see how tall we need this. And then just close it in. And that should work just fine. Okay, so that's all closed in. Oh, yep, there goes the goal. All right, so that fixed it. All right, so I hope you guys like this farm. It's a little bit complicated, but it'll get you farming XP, cooking XP, and it will get you foods that you can use to get more XP or more crops or whatever. And make sure you have a cooking table handy, so that when you get your bread, you can make it into, where did it go? Ah, here it is. Truffle avocado toast. You'll have to make it into avocado toast first and then into the truffle avocado toast. And so, yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Bye.